Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, March 30th, and it's interesting times, yes? So this is Marla Kopal. I'm the Vitality Mentor, and this is my video blog, at least, during the coronavirus experience that we're all having. And I just figured that maybe I can help you keep calm, keep you encouraged to flatten the curve. And as those of us in the United States here now know, we are on staycation until the end of April. This is my 19th day of this process of staying home, staying sheltered, staying where I'm not touching or exposing anyone. It's just my husband and myself. And we have a little joke running in the household. The only excitement we get when we go out of the house is I go to the grocery store and I park in the parking lot where they come out and bring out the groceries. And I'm feeling blessed that that's a possibility for us. And I also, he's a tax accountant. So as he mails his tax returns, I go along for a ride to the post office box. Now that may sound silly, but it's 5 miles out of the house and 5 miles back. And it at least makes you feel like you're not a caged animal. And yes, I can take walks around the neighborhood and do, but I make very sure that we're not all crowding the neighborhood, but our neighbors don't seem to do that. We have some wide open spaces around us, and it's safe and easy to take a walk when it's not cold. But anyway, I'm digressing. So my topic today is, how do we rise above? We've all heard this phrase, it's time to rise above. Well, we are all getting a great opportunity here to do that. And as we just received news that we won't come out of our staycations on the 15th of April or the 11th of April or all the things that people were wishing for, because it's just not logical with what we see as a trend in the statistics of lives affected, of deaths, of all the change that's out there with this virus. And so let's talk about rise above, because many of us are home with families, and we either have a chance to show some great behavior that they can model later in their life, because this is not the only time that some type of event will occur in which there's distress. We know many of us have raised children during 9/11. Many of us raised children at other times. I myself have lived through riots, martial law, and lost at sea. And I got to tell you, we all come out the other side with some really good mastery of certain things. But the best thing that we have, that we will have our whole lifetime, is our attitude. So what does rise above mean? It's not a holier than thou attitude. Rise above doesn't mean we're better than others. It means that we've made the choice to be better from the inside out. Well, what does that look like? It means that we stop. We don't take things personally sometimes. We know people are frustrated. We know people are scared. So when people are scared and they're being angry or they're being hateful or they're being disruptive, whatever it might be, or that thing we call arrogance, sometimes that's fear. That's fear, very, very obnoxious fear. When we see that fear, we get the choice to be better inside. Do we come back with ridicule? Do we come back with comments that are not going to help that person grow? Or do we just say something like, I'm here for you, when you really would like some support? But at this point in time, I don't choose to listen to your hate. I choose to help you with a solution if you'd like something from me. See, rising above is not running around and having the answer, but it's your availability when people need you as a resource. And you may not be the end run resource, but I'd like it if all of you just sat down today and wrote about 30 people that you appreciate and how they might be a resource for you. So let's think of your friend that's always available when you need to have somebody listen, but have you ever listened to them in their time of need? Let's think of the friends that share books with you. Well, what can we do back for that person? So first of all, to rise above and to make the chance to make you better from the inside out, you might want to just sit down and do a letter of appreciation to multiples of people. And if you can't do that, just make a laundry list of people you appreciate and why. And then we have this wonderful communication tool called Facebook. Maybe it's a time to just go out and share with these people their value to you. Because you know what? Somebody needs to hear that. Because it's kind of tough being alone. Now, I'm not alone. I have my spouse, but we're just not that always, we're having fun, we're having laughter, but we both get focused on our work. So we're not invading each other's space often, but we try to rise above just by reading the comics, laughing, sharing a funny story. We share some of the news that's going on too, but then we look at how do we manage this so that we're not living in fear. So rising above is our choice to just not live in fear, but live in awareness. To live in what's smart. What's smart for us? We're in our 70s. We're healthy. But I had pneumonia 4 months ago. I don't want to be on any more compromised than I was 4 months ago because that was pretty rough then. So rising above is tough if we're bored, if we have children at home and we have to keep them uh, modeling new behaviors. So it's even a greater time to sit down and say, how are we going to challenge these kids? Because each time you challenge them, you may have to get more involved to teach and to educate. But what are some of the common sense things you learned as a kid? When was the last time you rose above? Let's have conversations at home on rising above. Because I got to tell you, let me tell you who I'm deleting on Facebook consistently. If somebody comes in and is dissing anybody making a leadership decision right now, none of us have a crystal ball. And to rise above right now, one of the simple steps you can take is to realize I have no crystal ball. And I put whoever's in leadership in place either by my lack of vote, by my vote, or by my supporting of someone else that didn't make it. Whatever, those people are there now and they're making the best decisions they can. So sometimes not everybody's going to be a great leader in every moment of your expectation, but it's like, who made us the judge? We can't be. So how we rise above is we put our judge to bed. We sit here and we navigate the waters. This is a class 5 rapid we're in right now. We navigate the waters. We get out. We take a look. How much information am I going to take? How much am I going to react to? Ooh, if I'm reacting to something as opposed to making a proactive choice, I'm not necessarily rising above. So there's a lot of things around rise above. So I just encourage you all to go out and to make your choices today. Look up the phrase called rise above because there's so many good quotes out there. But let me leave you with this one today. How you will rise is more important than how you fell. So if any of your friends are still talking about how we, the U.S., fell, or somebody else didn't make a right decision, it's time to help them understand that the importance of how they can perceive, how they can be helpful in this time, how they can be positive, and how they can help others rise above. So I'm Marla Copal, the Vitality Mentor. Thank you for joining me in this conversation on In Spite Of. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called The Vitality Mentor. And if you need me, you can text Marla to 64600. and let's just see how I can help. But I'm here for the duration, which looks like now it's April 30th, 2020. So have a great day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 Mountain Time. Thank you all for joining me. Please post your comments on how you rise above, or post your comment on your favorite quote for rising above. Happy Monday, everyone. See you soon.